up the pooper. Right up the pooper. Hey guys, it's your girl Laisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we're here with another reaction to The Witcher. We're on season 4, episode 3, which is called Trial by Ordeal. There we go. I promise I might be able to talk today. Anyways, last episode, we kind of got a little bit of progression in all the storylines of our main characters. Geralt is continuing south. He's picked up a healer. From the looks of things, whether or not he can be trusted will have to be seen. He definitely has ulterior motives to growing with Geralt, but for now, he seems to be helpful. Ciri is continuing to walk. Well, I guess she is working with them as well, but to walk with the rats, which is the gang she's partnered up with. But one of the members seems intent to turn Ciri in, so we'll have to see whether or not he goes through with that. And then on the Yennefer side of things, she is still trying to find Vilgefortz, but she's also recruiting all the different witches she can find who might be willing to fight against him because, you know, not everybody wants to go with him. So, and Vilgefortz is trying to crack the code of the monoliths in Ciri and how she controls them and how the correlation works. And unfortunately, I can't remember his name, but Yennefer's ex is not aware of the fact that he's being illusioned into doing this. So that's kind of where we left things. And I forgot the one thing I think I forgot in my recap last time as well, is that the king of Nilfgaard has figured out that the Ciri dupe is a Ciri dupe. So he now wants Vilgefortz and also obviously to find the real Ciri. So lots of things in the air, ready to jump in. Let's do that. Just before I do though, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and leave me some comments below. It helps the girl a lot with the algorithm and I really, really appreciate it. All right, that out of the way. Let's get into the episode right now.
To the stage, the one, the only.
Okay, we got some theatre.
Yennefer of Bangerberg.
Bangerberg? Wow. This boudoir theater. Yen's like that. We've never done that position. Not once. I knew she wouldn't be upset. She's just like, at least the girl playing you is cute. What's up? Don't stop on my account.
Please. Don't stop on my account. Whilst I deeply envy this, the fight you're avoiding is still happening.
Mm-hmm.
I can read you like a book, and this has precious little to do with Vilgefortz.
It's partly to do with him.
I'm trying to warn those of us left. This is a witch hunt.
Literally.
Bones. I know it's all to enact his plan for Ciri.
Mm-hmm.
Not me. Move on to the next.
I don't have time for this.
She's been through a lot.
I'm afraid I can't do this without you. You fierce.
Oh, that's new. At least I think it is. Have we seen that before? Yennefer against her will is not nice. But I also feel like she may need to sober up and see and make that decision again. What are we doing? Oh, that's the feather. That's the feather the girl gave her, right? I keep forgetting the name, the Black Witch. Can she turn into a bird now because of it? I think the queen's gonna be okay though. I'm not a fan of pushing people to do things they don't want to do, but she was a little drunk.
My family might be here.
The road is long to Nilfgaard. Every minute counts. Are you sure you want to get into this?
If their family is there, then you might as well let them stay there and not go where he's going. These girls don't look like they can fight, respectfully.
Thank the gods for rich stupid folk, okay? All right, everyone's ready?
This group is far from cohesive. Oh. You didn't have to shove her. She was cooperating.
My father will make you pay with your lives when he finds you've been laying your putrid hands on me.
That was so poetic.
It's clear you've got nothing and no one.
Parker, let's go.
Names? Don't say names.
Because life is shit and blood and death.
Are we talking to her or are you talking to yourself, girl? You can't play rich game. That was just petty.
Good day, milady.
That was just her being mad at her whole heritage. It had nothing to do with that. And respectfully, you were exactly the same in season 1, girl. So I don't know why you're getting on your high horse here. You are robbing the girl.
Get back. What?
She's like, I know when my feathers are coming. Great landing. You nailed it. I didn't know we had broomsticks in this world. Let's do that. It's very stereotypical, as they said in Agatha all along, but come on.
Something smells simply intoxicating.
Not the highbrow witch.
You said there'd be wine.
Right, quickly.
Yes,
Oh,
this
good.
way.
I'm with her. I'm on her time. If the world's gonna end,
Let there be wine.
The name's Zyma, and no, you may not touch the beard.
it's pretty magnificent, though.
I would shake your hand, but the last time I touched a ginger, she didn't want to let me go.
She said, I'm a ginger snap.
Bye.
Awkward. She's in her best possible self, too. Look at those clothes.
Why don't you freshen up after your most undignified...
Right, using someone's words. We're desperate measures. Yen was wrong, but these are desperate measures.
To Lara, the girl has been impossible to locate through magic.
Yay! That's why he wants Yennefer. Oh, look at that. He's a great boss. You guys are definitely on the right side.
Who is self-healing through his own sheer power.
Really? Then why does his eye look like that? It's not looking like it's very healed.
Well, I believe that I can be of most use here.
I'm not here to be a power source.
This mage will serve his purpose for a short while. Her chaos is less refined,
But stronger.
stronger.
Disgusting, but it's not like she hasn't done it before. It's for the cause. You signed up, girl. Go. I know it was pretty much through peer pressure, but you could choose death, which you've kind of chosen now, so. Strap in. Piss Frangella off again. See if she don't snap off your dick or something.
Oh, don't tell me you're traveling around with this fucking wank stain.
Oh, come on. Everyone's friends.
The reward.
She has found them. Aw, good. What's wrong? What's happening? What's wrong? You all get the hell out of my way. Oh, the way that Geralt transferred some of his affection for Ciri onto her.
My sister's no witch.
Behold, another in the same wicked bloodline.
Speaking of witches, I'm a witcher who wants to mess around.
And that will split you in two if you come near me again.
Witch! Another one!
Really? We're just going to call everyone with any woman. She's a witch. Okay.
Solve this with steel. Become the monster you oppose, rather than what defeats it.
Your companion is wise.
Shut up. I can still end you.
Obvious to all of us here. We will allow him and his companions to pass freely.
He's not letting a little girl die.
Thank you, Falco.
Aren't you lucky, eh?
Looks like Falca's got admirers.
Oh, this is the town they came from. I was like, how did they know her name?
I lived in a castle, for fuck's sake. But once you're a rat, you're a rat.
I'm trying to look out for you.
Bullshit.
I'm glad you had a little fun with the carriage robbery.
But you did too
You need to
much.
listen to me from now on.
Ciri's not good at taking orders. You should know that. Yep. They're like, we found our bounty. Yeah, those senses kicked in a little too late, sis. You're too busy. Distracted with stuff that doesn't matter.
The famous Falca.
I was going to say she's being dismissive, but she has no idea what Ciri is. So, of course.
We won't get caught today. We won't get caught ever.
Oh, there you jinxed it. Good job. All right, back to the Witches' Council. People actually focusing on things that matter.
We take him by surprise in his refuge. His home, if we find it.
Oh, it's found.
With no allies. Yen, we've lost so many.
So what are we going to do? Just wait it out till we all die?
Your urgency is less about Vilgefortz and more about a certain princess.
Can we be both?
We all have powers.
Not like hers.
So special.
You're going to have to be honest, Yennefer.
You may have heard the story of Lara Dorem. Undoubtedly the human version. A lie. Always lie. She expects us to believe a word.
Shush! She's older than all y'all.
Everyone wants Ciri.
Cool.
To save magic. To rule Sintra or the continent. She has the power to do all of those things.
It's a lot of weight.
Ciri is what we all need now.
It's true. Whichever side she chooses wins.
Let's end this witch hunt once and for all.
See, she just need to sober up, guys. A bath, fresh food. She's fine.
So where is the evidence?
We are law-abiding citizens. Of course we have evidence.
Who will testify?
Me!
Okay. Tell us why she's a witch.
Boiled the poor fellow alive in a dark ritual.
Of soup?
That's the cat.
It's right there.
Licking its own arse.
Next case. Oh my God.
You have proven nothing.
Exactly.
You have no say.
You have
Really?
literally been trying to get him to say things this whole
Right,
time.
thank you! Y'all changing the script minute by minute.
Trial by combat.
Exactly. Yeah, come on, Father! You're fighting for a just cause. The Lord will protect you. Ciri, girl. Girl. Not my actual phone. Not you, girl. The other girl, Cirilla.
Okay, let's do this.
Thank God you're about to make a huge mistake.
I think you have me confused with someone
They
else.
really don't. You've done nothing to conceal your appearance, ma'am. Not a damn thing. That was a reflex. Garrett would be so proud.
Not getting caught ever.
Maybe we shouldn't get a tattoo. If you get a tattoo of a rat, Ciri, I swear you're gonna regret it in 10 years, I promise.
I saw in you what you could not see in yourself.
Really? What's that? Cowardice?
How is she adjusting to Nilfgaard?
Indeed, how is she?
Considering she's a fraud.
Oop. All part of the plan, right?
The only reason you rule Nilfgaard is because I steered you to claim what was rightfully yours. Where is she?
I don't know.
She will, however, be mine.
Aren't you happy you dragged her into this, Dad? Rot.
I am her family.
She don't know you from a hole in the wall. And you hurt people she cared about, so no.
She will be protected from those who would use her to secure their own fortunes.
Isn't that exactly what you're doing?
And you would not.
Right? Please.
He doesn't have her either.
Mm-hmm. Smart king.
If I may.
No one asked.
I will not fuck a peasant from the gutter! I will not be a false
Are
ruler!
you not a peasant from the gutter?
In her your seed will not sprout, but instead burst into flame.
I'm so sick.
If we could announce that you were marrying their Cirilla,
Your own daughter?
that whatever the white flame desires
I'm sorry, I'm just
shall be.
wondering exactly how he thinks his own daughter would ever be okay with. Oh, God.
You find and you return Cirilla before this wedding of yours.
Oh.
Or you
Or?
will meet your end of days in failing me, Skellen.
That is the double-edged sword of ambition, friend.
Spy in the House of Vilgefortz.
How excited.
She's loving it.
Girlie gonna be okay?
Are we going
That
to
is
be
a
okay?
very, very, very risky move.
If we can't find his keep, we'll bring him to us.
You know, just draw him out.
We will fight Vilgefortz here, in Montecalvo.
She's like, excuse me, no one said my house had to be destroyed. I saw what happened to the tower. I offered refuge.
Let this marriage be the noose with which we both oblige our Imperator and hang him.
Imperator is a great play on words.
I'll stand in his place, you wrinkled up ball bag.
There is no reason for a trial by combat.
You sure?
If anyone can remove the horseshoe with no harm to themselves, the girls go free.
It's like when the witches, if they sink, they're a witch, and if they swim, they're a witch. Oh, no, it's the other way. If they sink, they were human.
This was the idea.
Oh, look who won.
Their defenders are innocent.
And I, just imagine, am also innocent.
He's not human. Yeah, I can cut people quickly, but yeah, y'all sitting here trying to burn little girls when you should be worried about the real problem. Yes, get him!
Bless you, Father.
Exactly, right up the pooper. Right up the pooper. Go accusing girls again. Oh my God, get down, get down! Beata's gone, man. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah, I gave her some peace in her last moments. Shit. Oh, they're still connected.
I had a family.
Oh, but I thought you had no one.
2 brothers.
Who killed them? Please don't say Sintra.
I used to think you were the scared little thing who needed me.
She's just a very good actress.
But I do need you.
As a distraction from what I'm actually supposed to do, which is make a decision.
Is that all?
Primarily. She's known you for 4 days, respectfully. He's got Geralt's. Isn't that Geralt's as well? Wolf and what's the other one? I can't see his eyes to see if he's actually a witcher, if he just stole their necklaces. He definitely knows his way around a sword, though. That was your nose. Oh, God. Again, that's a very handy hilt. Oh, he's doing this for fun, for real. Oh, not the fingers.
Get up!
Is he killing other witchers?
Embarrassment to your school. I'm not through with you, Witcher!
He is another witcher. Why is this guy, is he a witcher killer?
He's dead. He's dead.
Imagine.
Have you ever heard of the rats?
Damn, that quick.
My network tells me that she goes by the name of Falca.
Damn, Ciri, look at you.
High-born accent, fights with immense skill.
Look at that.
More immense skill in this fucker.
Well, she could also rend this world apart, so yeah.
Kill them all.
Oh, you want to kill Ciri? That's cute. It's very cute.
You know?
This guy snapped, huh? Damn. I get it, though. Homie probably does not want whatever it is that he thinks Ciri is going to bring the Emperor. I don't even think he understands, but I understand the play. Okay, well, that was episode 3, and we're kind of moving along. Again, we got a glimpse into all 3 of our main parties. We'll talk about the smallest part of it there. We see that Emhyr has got a very stomach-churning plan of thinking that by having a child with Cirilla, the child is going to be the person who's going to be able to control everything. He's going to have all the power in the continent, possibly beyond. He's been led by some twisted prophecy that tells him that this is the way it's supposed to be. Ugh, sorry, just saying that it turns my stomach. But anyways, we see that one of his advisors, the one we've been seeing a lot of since episode 1, now we see that he's actually someone who doesn't believe in Emhyr, doesn't believe in this prophecy, but you know, at this point, he knows that Emhyr's got a little bit too much power to go against him directly. So it looks like a good chunk of the nobility in Nilfgaard, they don't like Emhyr, because remember, most people don't know where he's from. And as we heard in the conversation between Vilgefortz and Emhyr, he wouldn't even be here if Vilgefortz had not steered him and gotten him to kind of walk the way that he wanted him to. And I'm sure Vilgefortz also made a lot of things happen to make him seem like he was far more important, far more powerful than he really was. But either way, we see that Emhyr had a conversation with Vilgefortz and basically wanted to know, like, you know, what was going on with the Duke. Vilgefortz gave him nothing, or at least he thought he gave them nothing. But again, Emhyr was smart enough to know that going up against Vilgefortz or trying to stop Vilgefortz in any way was probably not going to go his way. So he let him go. But as we heard him say, like, he let me know that he doesn't have Ciri either. So at least we know that we're still on level playing ground at the moment. And I think the reason why that Emhyr's really not that scared of Vilgefortz is because he knows that if something happens to him suddenly, right now, it's going to cause chaos with the whole war effort. And part of what's really helping Vilgefortz right now is the fact that the whole continent's at war. No one has time to focus on him or the mages he's collecting or what he's trying to do, right? But if everything kind of goes back to normal, everyone kind of goes back to their business, then that's going to cause a lot of issues for him. So the point is, right now, Emhyr and Vilgefortz are kind of on a very delicate balance at the moment that still works for both of them. And at least Emhyr's figured out that Vilgefortz doesn't have more of an advantage. But now he also knows that Vilgefortz has his own ambitions, which is something he didn't realize before. So that's kind of what's going on there. And as I said before, the other advisor, whose name I forgot, with the T-bar mustache, he just wants to get rid of Emhyr, but he realizes that because of Emhyr's power and the influence he has basically over the religious people who believe in the white flame nonsense, he knows that he can't just get rid of Emhyr. It's not going to work. So he needs to make sure that he basically brings Emhyr down, turns all the houses against him, gets everybody to basically lose confidence in him. And then that's going to be the right time to, quote unquote, snatch him out of power, put somebody else in. I mean, they're not against the war effort. Nilfgaard definitely wants to take over the continent if they can, but they don't want Emhyr to be the one to do it. So anyway, that's kind of what's happening on the political side of things. The advisor who is working with the other Nilfgaardian royalty is my guess. He wants to get Ciri off the table, we found out, and he's employing what looks like a disgruntled, possibly insane witcher who's hunting other witchers. That's what he's now set upon Ciri. And we found out that, sadly, Ciri thinks she's being chill, clearly. I mean, I don't even know if she's thinking at all, to be honest. But yeah, her loudness has rippled far and south already. And we see that this guy's already figured out that she's with the rats and that she's going by Falca. So she's pretty much made, right? It's only gonna be a matter of time. But she's gonna have to be, well, I don't think he understands just how dangerous she is with a sword alone, not even her powers, but that's okay. But a Witcher is still gonna be a formidable enemy because Ciri has a lot of training. She's very, very good, but I don't know if she's seasoned Witcher good, right? This guy's he's old, right? He's been at it for a minute. So anyway, yeah, no, he is old because Witcher's age slower than usual and he looks old. So this guy's probably like 200 or something. Anyway, so that's the political side of things. Nilfgaard South. On the Yennefer side of things, she's still continuing her recruitment efforts. She went to Francesca, who is the Queen of the Elves. We kind of knew that last episode. It went about the way I expected. I didn't realize that Francesca had unfortunately gone to the part of, she's basically given up. You know, she's lost everything. We know last season she went through a lot. She lost so much. She tried her revenge plot. That didn't work out the way she wanted. She ended up losing everything at that battle. And so she's basically just trying to drown her sorrows and live out the rest of her life in, I don't care land, which obviously doesn't work because she does care, right? She's just in a lot of pain and she doesn't know what else to care about. And she also knows that the continent's kind of imploding at the moment. But anyways, unsurprisingly, she turns Yen down initially. But once Yen kind of just forced her out of that, because really, I guess that's why I said, even though it was very wrong of Yen to take her without her consent, I also don't think that I don't want to come was really her true feeling, which we saw later. It wasn't her true feeling. She was just in her feelings 1 and 2. She was clearly a little bit drunk. But anyway, she sobered up. She decided to join the party. But not only that, she actually gave us some history for all the rest of the witches. Like we heard this history back in season 2. I think it was season 2 when Ciri got the whole story from the tree. But anyway, now everybody is on the same page. They understand why Ciri's so important. I don't think they understand the monolith side of it and all that, but they do know that she's very powerful. And so I think the message that needed to get across, which did, is that, like I said, whichever side Cirilla chooses, whether it's to work with the mages, whether it's to go with Nilfgaard, whether it's to go with Vilgefortz, whichever side she chooses is going to win because her power is insurmountable by any of these groups, even with the powerful mages together, right? So that's really what Yennefer was trying to get across. So she's like, we got to try our best. Like, we're going to prepare to fight even without Ciri because she knows that she can't force Ciri to join them, nor does she know if she can convince Ciri to join them or if she can even find her in time. But she wants to. Like she said, if I can save her from ending up being a tool of Vilgefortz, that I want to do that, right? Because obviously I don't think that Ciri wants to be in Vilgefortz's corner. Like, if she's there, it's going to be by force. We already know that. So anyway, that's kind of what was happening. Is that all? Yeah. And then of course they found out about the fact that Fringilla is their inside woman. And I completely forgot about the tension between Francesca and Fringilla. There's still some bad blood there, but mostly on Francesca's side for understandable reasons. But hopefully, at some point those two can make their amends because they really were good friends. And that's the part I think if Fringilla has any regrets about what she's done to this point, I think it's what happened with Francesca because she never meant for that child to die. And so anyway, just an interesting throwback in that moment. But speaking of Fringilla, that kind of just dovetails into what's happening in that corner. We didn't see a ton of that camp, and I feel like we're not going to see a lot of it because I don't think it's as important anymore. I think really Vilgefortz is going to be a force we have to deal with, but I don't think it's one we need to go any deeper into because we're in the last season. It's really not the point. But we see that Fringilla's figured out how he's powering the portals, like how he's keeping the portal network under his control, and it's basically he's feeding it mages. It's chaos, which is, you're either born with chaos or you're not. And he's just feeding these mages to whatever it looks like monolith, some kind of a monolith gate. But anyway, he's feeding it to them. And when they no longer have enough chaos to power it anymore, he just disposes of them. So yeah, I'm like, winning team, mages. Yeah, aren't you glad you signed up? Although I'm sure a lot of them didn't realize this is what they would end up having to do when they signed up. And again, as I said, I'm trying not to be too mean because there's a very good chance a lot of these mages did not have a choice, right? They in the sense of that they thought if they didn't join, they'd die. So like I said, they ended up dying anyway, but obviously not everybody is feeding the machine. And Fringilla, again, showing us that she is that girl when it comes to the smarts. She was like, yeah, I'm not going to be whatever this is. I'm not going to be food for this thing. It's not happening. But I'm glad that she was able to, establish that. And also she was able to relay a little bit of info to the groups. Like she said, like, you're not going to be able to find them because the portal networks said they brought me through basically a blind portal. Unfortunately, that was not the news that Yennefer wanted to hear. They don't have the time to try to figure it out. And of course, I think that Frangilla's only got so much time she's going to be able to play this insider game before she's either going to have to move so far up the ranks that getting time alone to betray will be harder, or she's going to end up having to do more things she doesn't want to, because I don't think she was happy to sacrifice that girl she had to. But, you know, we're in this place now where unfortunately, like I said, it's desperate times, desperate measures, right? Just like Yennefer having to take Francesca by force. You know, Frangilla unfortunately is going to have to let a lot of mages die most likely in this particular scenario, because it's the only way to make sure she continues long enough to potentially bring Vilgefortz down. So that's where Yennefer's at. She's quite frustrated because she's like, we're going to have to draw him out. Like, there's no way we can find him. Then we have to find a way to draw him out and bring him here. And then we got to figure out a way to take him down. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to figure out, but Yennefer's smart and I got faith in her, and hopefully between her and all the girls she's got there, whoever the old lady is, the one who actually came in on a broomstick, which is hilarious to me. I'm hoping she's got some really old ancient tricks up her sleeve that she can give the ladies, because yeah, we're going to need all the help we can get, especially without Cirilla on our side. But so that's them. And then on the Witcher side of things, in Geralt's side of things, they're continuing south. And the reason they went a certain way was because there's two girls that have been traveling with them and they're refugees. And he's like, they heard, like, I guess they'd heard that there was this camp. And she's like, if there's a chance that her people are at this camp, we should at least try to get her back to her people. They did find this camp. Jaskier didn't feel good about it, which is understandable in the sense of he felt like something was like, this was a lot of risk to be taking to get them looked at, noticed, all those things. But, you know, as I said in the episode, Geralt's kind of transferred some of his concern and his fears around Cirilla to this girl. What was her name? Beata, right? Like, especially when she put the crown on that he saw Cirilla making in the dream. Like, you know how it goes, right? He just needs some transference of that hole in his heart right now. And so, you know, he's a little softer on her than he probably would have been if he hadn't seen that connection last episode. But anyway, they get there. It is a mess. You know, it's very much a makeshift camp of people who are running terrified from an army. In the midst of everything, there's a witch trial going on because these people are backward idiots. And, you know, unfortunately, in times like this, in war times, when people are scared, people are insecure, they like to transfer that fear into anything. And that anger and feeling like they can blame something makes them feel more in control of a situation that's outside of their control. And unfortunately, that's why this poor girl, then eventually poor girls, ended up being tied up because I don't even know. Someone just decided. I mean, they just wanted to see her killed, quite frankly. Of course, once Geralt saw who that person was, that was Beata's sister. And then, of course, Beata got thrown in there just because that's her sister. Geralt wasn't going to let them be burned. That's all there was to it. But we see that the barber doctor, he tells Geralt, like, if you kill these people, like, it's just, he kind of says that you're no different than the monsters you hunt. And I do believe he's kind of like loosely referring to Nilfgaard. And I somewhat understand what he's saying in the sense of like, most of these people are ignorant and they're just, you know, they're angry, they're scared. And if Geralt just goes and starts lopping all their heads off because he's a better fighter than any of them could possibly be, then is he any better than the Nilfgaardians who are just killing people for no reason? I don't know if this is no reason in this case. I don't think it's a direct correlation. But anyways, I also think that I think the barber was trying to like get across to Geralt that if you can use their own stupid reasoning against them, then potentially you'll stop this from becoming a pattern, right? Because if you just go in and kill these people, they're going to think they were right. You're going to prove them right. And what's more is they're just going to keep doing this to any poor little girl that looks sideways to them, right? So anyway, all of that culminated into the trial. And he said that this super hot horseshoe that had already clearly had been heated up, he put it in the fire and he's like, okay, anybody who can reach that and get it without hurting themselves, then the girls can go. Which I'm like, I don't know how the hell that has anything to do with the girls that are tied up on the post. But okay. Anyways, of course, it was one of those things, like that's why I brought up the Salem witch trials in the episode, because if any of you have read anything about that or learned about it in school, you know how heinous it was. But one of the trials they used to give for witches back in the day was they would toss a woman in the water. And you have to realize that back in the day, way back in the day, most people did not, like not most Europeans, especially in European descendants, they didn't know how to swim. So they used to think the water was evil. So anyway, they used to have a trial where they used to throw women in who they were suspected to be witches. And the theory was that if they floated, if they didn't drown, they were witches. That was witchcraft that kept them from drowning, because everybody who went into water drowned. So they would kill them anyway. But if they sunk and drowned, I guess they were human. Right? So it was a lose-lose situation. If you got to that point as a witch, you were dead regardless. And that's what this trial was basically. Again, same idea. No way most people would be able to reach their hand inside of a hot fire and grab a burning hot horseshoe and not burn themselves. It's impossible, right? Typically. So those girls are going to burn regardless. It was a rigged ordeal. However, somehow the barber was able to do it when everybody was distracted with the whole kerfuffle over the trial. So as I said, Lawrence Fishburne, the eyes of that character, they're not normal. I still haven't figured out what he is, but his eyes do not look like a normal person's eyes. But either way, he picked it up, held it up for everyone to see, and he's like, see, by your trial, I guess that they're human, it's fine. But obviously, the fact that he did that has shown us that there's something off about the barber. I'm just wondering what he is. We know in this show, people can, there's all kinds of creatures and they can take all kinds of forms, but how that man grabbed a blazing hot horseshoe, that's definitely a question. But of course, we didn't have time to figure that out or ask that question because in the middle of it all, Nilfgaardian soldiers came to raid this camp and I guess kill everybody for no good reason. And so anyways, we see that unfortunately, after everything that Geralt did to save that girl, Beata ended up getting killed. And I can imagine that when Geralt comes to, he's going to feel some type of way about that, considering, like I said, there's a lot of transference going on with her. And we know he is terrified of losing Ciri. So, his big fear has been that he won't get to her in time. He won't be able to save her. So the fact that he wasn't able to save Beata, I think that's going to hit him pretty hard when he wakes up. But anyways, that kind of knockout woke the hell out of Ciri, who is being crazy this episode. She's our last element in this episode. And, again, she's just still fully in denial. She's trying to hide what she is. She's trying to run from what she is. But when they do this robbery and they knock over this carriage and the girl inside of it, I really believe that when Ciri looked at that girl, she saw who she was many moons ago, that spoiled rich little princess who thought she knew how the world worked. And hearing this girl basically say, like, my daddy's gonna come get you and blah, 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 Ciri starts yelling at her, like just giving her a read down that's completely unnecessary because she doesn't know this girl from anyone. And honestly, she's the one in the wrong, she's robbing this girl who's just the daughter of a rich guy, right? And I'm not saying that there aren't some really jerky rich people in this world, but yeah, she didn't ask to be born to a rich man any more than Ciri asked to be the child of promise and the world savior and the queen of portals, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, there was a lot of internal transference that was happening there. We see that she ends up staying a little too long, getting a little bit too in this girl's face, long enough for this girl to take all of her features and catalog them well. And the fact that she went out of her way to insult this girl and get in her face is exactly why she remembered her. And then, of course, Ciri cuts her braid off, which is just a petty thing that she's done. And of course, Dummy yells her name. Hey, Folka, we gotta go. I'm like, why would you say her name? That's Heist 101. You never use your real names. And she's the only person whose name you screamed out of the whole group. So anyway, that whole thing goes and there's tension in the group once again because, of course, Ciri went off script. And when they get back to the town, we see that there's a little bit of jealousy there with the guy, the creeper, because he's, obviously everyone in this town now thinks that Ciri's like a goddess for throwing this money out. And anyway, I thought that he was going to be the one to turn her in. We see that it's already too late, right? There's been people who've been following Ciri. As I said multiple times before, she's done nothing to conceal her appearance. And like I said, I just have a sneaking suspicion that all the rats, if not all the rats, then definitely her lover girl are going to end up paying the price of their life for being associated with her, or they're going to use her as the leverage to get Ciri to comply. I'm not exactly sure which one, but I know that crazy ass Witcher that was hired, he probably ain't going to care. He'll kill all of them. That was oh God, he's going to be the one to kill him, isn't he? He probably is. Oof, I got some predictions. But I'm going to hold off for now because we're still pretty early. But yeah, that's basically what was going on with Ciri. We see later on, like I said, she felt when Geralt got knocked out. She woke up in tears. So obviously she is still very much worried. And even the fact that she told, her lover girl, she's like, yeah, I need you. Like, I'm not scared. She's basically like, I don't need you to protect me, quite frankly, but I need you for companionship. I need you so I'm not alone. And you can see that she didn't really like to hear that. Lover girl was kind of like, oh, okay, I'm just like basically a body, right? But it's like, first of all, girl, she has only known you for like a week. Calm down. It's been like 2 weeks since she's known you. Give her some time. But also, yeah, Right? Where's the substance of your relationship? Tell me where these lines run deep. Neither of you is being who you truly are. Both of you are keeping secrets about yourselves. You're not telling any any real truths. You're all keeping it surface and hiding behind walls. So why are you surprised that Ciri's not like pouring her soul out to you? Like, it's very interesting. But anyhow, we see that Ciri's still firmly in denial and wanting to continue to distract herself with this girl, with this life, but it's not going to last much longer because, again, she's got a Witcher on her trail now and an old-ass Witcher. So like I said, I'm pretty sure he's going to find her and catch up to them quick because the rats are not subtle. They are not a subtle group of robbers at all. But anyways, that's where we're at. Cirilla is still very much trying to hide, and she's got the new Witcher, the new old Witcher looking for her. She also has potentially all the bounty hunters that are still looking for her. We did learn a little tidbit from Vilgefortz, through Cirilla, not Cirilla, through Frangilla, that Ciri's no longer trackable via magic. So, but again, that's why he wants Yennefer to join, because he thinks if anyone can figure out where Ciri is, how to get to her, and how to lure her out, it's going to be Yen. So yeah, there's all those forces coming after my girl, and I can't think we're going to have too many more episodes of her getting to play, who are famous, Butch and Sundance, Bonnie and Clyde, whatever you want to call it. She can't play this game too much longer because the walls are definitely closing in from multiple sides. So that's pretty much it. This was a loaded episode, actually, and we're moving things along. So I'm looking forward to the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.